Hey, this is Matias Rengel with Guitar Control, and today you're going to be learning how to embellish chords with higher upper tones. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons. Also, there's a link in the description. Click on it, tap on it, and you're going to get the tab. Let's get down to it. So, the whole idea with this technique is to make your daily chords sound better than they do. You know, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I get tired of playing the same old chords, right? It's like, okay, well, I'll play an A minor, I'll play an A minor. And it just sounds boring, right? After a while, it's like, what am I gonna do? Another song with A minor, F major, or G. So the idea of this is to try to embellish it without thinking about it too much. We don't have it to like, we don't have to go and use chords that are a little bit more jazzy or a little bit too complicated to see if they're gonna work or not, right? Without like having to go into stuff like this or like right. That sounds cool, but still, I mean, it requires study and a certain knowledge. I don't know. Sometimes we just don't want to. We don't want to get into it. So here is going to be a very easy way to embellish your chord to make them sound cooler. So now let's say we have a D minor, okay? Let's say we have this D minor and we want to embellish it. So for this D minor, you place your index finger on the 5th fret all over the strings, okay? Except the 6th, but though you could also if you want to. And then you place your ring finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and middle finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to change one of the notes of the chords. And in this case, it's going to be the upper note, the higher note. So in this case, it's the 1st string. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play another note. I'm going to play, let's give it a try. Let's see. What if we, sounds okay. That one sounds cool right there, see? So there we have our first chord. Let's say that we want to go to an F. What do we do in this F? So in this F, we would usually play this. Right? What do we do here to make it better? Let's change the 1st string. Instead of this one, let's play right there. Look, we end up with a really cool chord. It's on the 8th fret of the 5th string, 10th fret of the 3rd and 2nd string, and 12th fret of the 1st string. Pretty cool, right? So we have super easy way to embellish the chord. Now, you probably are asking, how do I know what notes to play? What if I just play or any, I don't know. Well, one way to do it, of course, is to use your ears and see what sounds good to you. Another way of doing it is to find out the scale that you're using and only use notes from the scale. So for example, in this case, since we are starting in D, most of the songs, if you're starting in the minor chord or major chord, most of them, not all of them, but most of the pop songs, and our intuition also is to start on the chord that represents the scale. So in this case, we got the D minor, and it's a D minor scale, okay? It's not always like that, of course. It's more complicated than that. But we tend to start on the roots most of the time. Okay? But anyway, so once you find the scale, you can use just any note from that scale, right? As long as it sounds good, of course. So now let's say that we go into a C. What can we do? We could do the same one that we did here, right? We can go to the same one, but here it sounds weird. See, here's a case where it sounds weird. Let's see why. Because that B right there is not part of the scale of D minor. It's supposed to be B flat, not B. So, but that would make it a dominant. Like it sounds very bluesy, and I don't want that. So I'm going to lower it even more. There you go. That sounds super cool. So we got the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. See, we've changed it from to this. and it already sounds way cooler. Let's say that we want to do it in a different place. Let's say that we want to do the same technique on the 6th string, something like here, for example. And let's say that this time we don't want to change the we don't want to involve the 1st string. We want to just play a chord that goes like this, right? So for example, this chord usually will be on the 5th fret, will be the index on the 5th fret, and then you would have the ring on the 7th fret and the pinky on the 7th fret of the 5th and 4th string. But let's say that we don't want to play the 1st string, so we just do up until the 2nd string. So we will have to change the 2nd, let's say, right? So let's see what we could do. We could play something like this, or maybe even better. Let's say that we're going to, we have only 4 fingers here to play. So let's say that we're going to use the 6th, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd string only. Okay, so that leaves me with this. So what I would do, check this out. What if we lower this one here? We will have something like, how would I play that? Really cool. Do you see it? So we got the 5th fret of the 6th string, the 7th fret of the 4th string, 5th of the 3rd, and 3rd of the 2nd. Another really cool chord. Probably sounds really, really good with distortion. But anyway, there you go. This is a very, very useful technique. Explore it, come up with your own chords, Another really, really easy way to do this is to just come up with the scale. Say like, okay, I'm going to do it in G minor, and you know, right? You know what the G minor scale is, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna do it in G minor, and you're like, well, something like that. You know, and you come up with your own really, really cool chords. It's an easy way when you don't have to like learn harmony, which is the harder and longer way to learn how to embellish chords. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons. There's a link in the description. Click on it, tap on it, and you're gonna get the tab. Also, I would love to know, what's the hardest chord that you've ever played so far? Leave your answer down below as a comment. Thank you so much for watching.